So what a farmer will do is he will plant 10, 15 varieties, different varieties, and one variety will come off, let's say July 1st through July 7th. The next variety will come off July 7th through July 14th. The next variety will come off later. So that way he has fruit all year long, all season long, if you will, all summer. So the thing is, your early season fruit has to develop a lot faster, okay? So if that's the case, if it comes off May, June, somewhere in there real early, this tree will push a lot harder, but it can't push as much fruit as a late tree can, because a late tree has a lot more time to develop the fruit. So if this is an early peach, peach, what you're going to want to do is, you figure this tree may give you 180 or 200 pieces of fruit at the max. Mid-season, you can go 240, 280. Late season, you can get up to 300 pieces of fruit on there and still get decent size. So what's going to happen is, when you start looking at this tree, you actually need to start kind of calculating how much fruit this tree is going to be able to hold. And you can start looking at things. This tree has 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to count that weak one over there as 4. What's called scaffolds. It's the main part of the tree. And then you can tell this here where this splits, that's probably about year 4 where that split was made. And the tree starts, as it gets larger, it starts splitting and it starts growing. And so then you start saying, okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 splits in it. Okay, and then you start going, you go up to the next year, which would be up in this area, you have even more splits around the tree. So let's say you're shooting for, let's say 200 pieces of fruit. Okay, so then you go, okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 scaffolds. So 200 pieces, that means each thing should handle about 50 pieces of fruit. And then you can go on up there and split it, and you can start looking at how much bloom you want to leave, when actually that comes more into when you're thinning. You can start actually counting the fruit on when you start thinning it out and leaving enough fruit for that tree to handle. But for this right now, all we're doing is we're cutting the tree back from last year's growth to give it the opportunity to produce and set really nice fruit. Say, wow, I want to eat that thing, right? So, with that in mind, you can start shaping your tree a little bit. And this is a really judgment calls on some of this stuff. And the reality of it is, if you screw up this year, the tree will fill back in next year. It has an amazing way of doing that. So you're not going to really hurt anything by making a wrong cut. I've found that out because I've made plenty of wrong cuts. But you want to get back to pieces of fruit or pieces of wood that are about pencil size that look healthy. But you don't want all of this, because what you want to do is you want to get back to this piece here, as close to this part as you can. Because as your tree, if you get your tree out too far and it sets fruit, it's going to break. That fruit's going to get so heavy that you're going to break it off down here. It will snap. And then you've just killed your tree, or you've killed that part of the tree. So you want to keep this as close in as you can here. So if you take a look at this and you go, okay, this looks good, there's good fruit here, you literally can come back and just take that all off and take that one off right there, and you got something. In fact, here, you're going to have too much fruit. Take the edge of that off. That right there is what you want to leave. This one here, this is causing a lot of shade, and you're never going to pick that fruit up there, right? You can take that completely off. This right here is kind of a weird looking piece. Get that out of there. This here, just cut it back, and you got some decent fruit there. This one, you can take off up to here. That one's actually going to cause you a lot of problems. Just take it there. You got some fruit on that one right there.